Have you ever stopped, truly stopped, to ask yourself, what does it feel like to finally see the end of an impossible journey? Not just the small goals you check off lists, the vacations you plan for relief, or the milestones you celebrate with fleeting joy. But at your core, when you've endured exhaustion, doubt, betrayal, and endless hardship, do you know the overwhelming rush of sighting your salvation, your home, your freedom, after thinking it lost forever? In the frozen mountains and hostile lands of ancient Persia, where 10,000 Greek mercenaries marched lost and leaderless after betrayal, Xenophon led them through hell to hope. When scouts crested a ridge and shouted, "Thalatta! Thalatta! The sea! The sea!" the army wept, embraced, and roared in unison. These words weren't mere sighting. They were salvation's cry, echoing the Delphic call to know thyself. The Black Sea meant safety, Greece, home. After months of peril, the impossible return became real in one ecstatic moment. But what does that mean? How do we find our sea in a world of endless marches, careers that drain, struggles that isolate, paths that seem to lead nowhere? Every day, we march through our own retreats. What hardships we endure in silence. What goals feel eternally distant. What despairs whisper we'll never reach safety. From the first step of morning we press on. Projects grueling like mountain passes. Relationships tested by betrayal. Dreams pursued through hostile terrain. And in this pressing, we rarely envision, might my sea appear suddenly? The breakthrough, the rescue, the homecoming, turning despair into overwhelming joy. Are you marching toward your sea with enduring hope, or surrendering to the belief that no salvation awaits? Countless journeys end in surrender, realizing too late that quitting before the ridge misses the view, dreams abandoned inches from breakthrough, lives resigned to exile, potentials lost because the march felt endless. The sea was closer than believed, but faith failed. But those who reach their sea, those who truly triumph over impossibility, persist one more ridge. They know Xenophon's men didn't survive by strength alone. Hope of home fueled them. They understand that the sea moments reward the unrelenting, turning survivors into legends. Reflect on history's sea-sighters. They didn't turn back. They crested the final hill. Christopher Columbus, after mutiny threats, sighting land, turned despair into discovery, reshaping the world. Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, summiting Everest after failures, their sea was the peak, proving human limits expandable. Apollo 13 astronauts, lost in space, sighting Earth, again, turned certain death into heroic return. What about you? What endless march are you on now? What sea, your breakthrough, healing, freedom, might lie just beyond the next ridge? Enduring for your sea exceeds blind optimism. It's disciplined hope. It's leading yourself and others when lost, marching despite doubt, trusting the path leads home. It's about knowing. What sea calls me forward? What despair tempts surrender? What ridge must I crest next? What ecstatic life awaits the one who persists to sight it? Yet, this endurance requires vision. It means refusing retreat's comfort, realizing Xenophon's cry came after betrayal, battles, starvation. Yet they marched, accepting that the sea appears only to those who keep going. Most abandon before the ridge. They quit. Jobs too hard, dreams too distant, struggles too long, fearing the march wastes life. But those who hear their sea's cry, they weep with joy eternal. Ancient mercenaries became immortal through Xenophon's Anabasis. Their cry echoed because they refused to die inland. The persistent? They reached home against all odds. Will you march to your sea? Will you keep going until the cry escapes your lips? So I challenge you today. Are you ready for the sea, not with naive ease, not ignored hardship, but by breathing deeply, taking one more step, and asking, what sea awaits my perseverance now? What doubt blocks my ridge? What surrender steals my cry? What fear turns me back? What would I feel sighting salvation? And profoundly, what triumphant life awaits the one who reaches the sea? Because here's the truth. No sea appears to quitters, no march, no struggle, no peril ends in joy without the final push. None cries victory saying, "Here I stopped short." That ecstasy belongs to the enduring. Homecoming rewards persistence. Yet, by marching daily, leading through dark, quieting despair's voice, you'll crest your ridge. And once you truly sight your sea, no hardship erases the joy. The world forever tempts early retreat, but your greatest power is in unrelenting march. Because when the sea rings, its relief, its gratitude, its rebirth, no peril was in vain, no tear unshed worth it, no journey incomplete, because when you reach your sea, you are forever home. So today, take the next step. March toward your sea, not in suffering, but anticipation. Begin the epic return, the life that ends in overwhelming cry. Because the sea awaits the persistent soul.
If you felt inspired by our journey through the Hellenic horizons, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.